नमस्ते बच्चों, हमेशा खुश रहो बच्चों। माई सेल्फ ओम प्रकाश, faculty of Department of Mathematics under Faculty of Education and Methodology. Today I taught you the quantitative technique in which today I taught you the linear programming problem in which this subject is taught in BA 8 semester student. These are the lesson planning. These are the step for planning a lesson. These are the components of a lesson. Quantitative technique in which we have to taught you linear programming problem. I define some basic terminology on linear programming problem. The first one is optimal value. The maximum or minimum value which we have gained as a profit or loss, or that means the value in which we have to maximize or minimize is called the optimal value. And the function which linear function which maximize or minimize the value is called the objective function. Of several variables, say x and y, thus we can say that the linear programming problem is one that is concerned with finding the optimal value of a linear function of several variables subject to some conditions that the variables are non-negative. One of them are non-negative and satisfy a set of linear inequalities which are called linear constants. The term linear implies that all mathematical relations used in this problem are linear relations, while the term programming refers to the method to determining a particular program or plan of action, which we'll see in my previous example. Now, I will again tell you about the objective function, the maximum or minimum value. The function which gives maximum or minimum value is called the objective function, and the maximum and minimum value of a objective function is called the optimal value. Optimal means maximize or minimize. Optimal means maximize or minimize. For example, maximize the profit or minimize the loss or cost of the object. Obviously, the linear function has several variables which have to maximize or minimize. That means the article which we want to sell or the article which we want to purchase is known as variable here, and subject to the condition that the variables non-negative. That means this condition is called non-negativity in linear programming problem. Non-negativity in linear programming problem. That means the value of the variable must be greater than equal to 0. Must be greater than equal to 0. That means we can say when we maximize the profit must be greater than equal to 0. Or we can say the article must be purchased, then the value must be positive. Therefore, we can say if we have no purchase no article, then the number of article will be 0. But when we purchase some article, then the number of article will be greater than 0. That's why this constants is known as non-negative constants or non-negative restrictions of the problem. And it satisfies also the some inequalities such as the capacity of the buyers, limit of the buyers, that has, if you have some limited amount of money, then you can buy limited amount of things or goods which we have to use in this problem. Again, these all relations are linear relations. That's why this is called linear programming problem. And here the term programming means the plan of action. Programming means the plan of action. For example, in the our previous example, the objective function is given as z equals to ax plus by. Z equals to ax plus by, where a and b are constant which have to be maximized or minimized. Which have to be maximized or minimized is called the linear objective function. Which has to be maximized or minimized is called the linear objective function. In the above example, z equals to 250x plus 75y and is a linear objective function where variable x and y are called decision variable. Where the variable x and y are called decision variables. The constants, the linear inequalities or equations or restrictions on the variable of a linear programming problem are called the constant. The linear inequalities or equations or restrictions on the variable of the linear programming problem are called constants. And the condition x greater than equal to 0 and y greater than equal to 0 are called the non-negative restrictions. In the example, the set of inequalities 1 to 4 are constant. In the previous example, the set of inequalities 1 to 4 are called the constants. Next one is the optimal problem or optimization problem, a problem which seeks to maximize or minimize a linear function, say the objective function of two variables x and y, subject to the constants which are discussed in the above, as determined by a set of linear inequalities, is called an optimal problem. The linear programming problem are special types of optimization problem. The above problem of investing a profit or loss which gives sum by the dealer in purchasing chair and tables is an example of an optimization problem. We will as of a linear programming problem. Now, in your next class, I will see how can we solve these types of linear programming problem with the help of graph or graphical method of solving linear programming problem. This session is powered by the digital version 2.0 JAYOTI VIDYAPEETH Women's University, Jaipur, and I hope all of you are satisfied with my digital session. If you have any query, please mention in the comment box. I will try to resolve it. Thank you for watching my lecture video.